Hello everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome back to another episode of OrgelCraft. Hope you all are having a good day today. You may notice the circle of the city looks a little bit different from the last time we saw it, and that's because I have been hard at work placing lots of stone slabs so that we actually have a canvas to work from for the city. A while back, I was doing a little bit of streaming, and I have begun the process of clearing out the next road section. I've gone through and removed all the trees, and I have done a little bit of work actually clearing out this area here, which I think if I turn this on, you can see this is where the roadbed is going to be going when we get to the point of actually getting that done. So just kind of working on little side projects here and there as things go. I've also been doing some dirt farming down here. I had been gathering resources because I thought I was going to maybe go work on the terrain in Arendelle back in the Season 2 portion of the world, but life happened and kind of got distracted from all of that. Not distracted from all of that, but didn't really get a chance to start working on anything. And then, December happened, and December is very, very busy for me, if you know anything about me. It's a busy time, and everything else took precedent, plus then traveling came in, and so I had to do pre-recordings, and so anytime I had to work on anything else quickly disappeared. So, And also, if you had been following on stream, you may remember that where we last left poor Yensid, I had died in a bastion in the Nether, and had all my stuff sitting there for a pointless errand, which was to get a netherite smithing temple, which I already had. Yes. So, did I get my stuff back? The short answer is yes. I went back and reviewed the stream footage, and I got an approximate coordinate. Well, I jumped into a test seed of this world, same seed, just with nothing in it, and I went and located the bastion so I could actually get the coordinates, and then I flew back that way, because I didn't feel like going to the effort of getting all the stuff back. I couldn't bring myself to do it, so, so I went and got everything back, and no real loss there. Right now, I'm just kind of wandering around, taking a look at things we have built here in Progress City, just kind of trying to reorient myself. I've been spending time in the area, but I haven't overly been looking at things close up here. And so, a little bit of a refresher for me, a little bit of a refresher for you, because it's been a while since we've had an OrgelCraft episode. Just thought we would kind of ease back into things. I've got some stuff I'm going to share with you regarding this series and where everything is going. And plans for the new year and plans to hopefully keep moving forward. So, So I have a project in mind for today, and it involves the city itself, and essentially the walls that are around here. When I first conceived of this project, I had an idea for what I wanted the main city building, which is just this circle that we have here, to look like. I wanted to do a gradient as far as the color goes, and I've not really had any experience doing something like that. So it's a project I had been putting off, and I it's actually one of the things that led to the break that I took from this series, because I spent some time playing around in creative with the gradient that I thought and the color scheme that I wanted. And unfortunately, the color scheme that I wanted, not great for, wasn't a great one that I could get in terms of Minecraft blocks. And I played around with it for a while, and I was just getting frustrated. And so I kind of ended up stepping away from that, and it just got a little bit discouraged because I was concerned that my vision for the project wasn't going to pan out. And, so that just kind of, I don't know, I kind of hit a wall. I felt like I wasn't making progress with the houses and building up the neighborhood the way I wanted. So it was a lot of things that kind of all combined into one, I was going to say one mess. But basically, frustrations with the project, and not really having a great direction with it, that caused me to have to step away from this series and take a break. But recently, I took a trip to the Disney World in the Magic Kingdom and got to ride the People Mover, got to see the Progress City model, and surprise, surprise, I was once again inspired to get back to work. So I came home, and over the Christmas holiday, I spent some time doing some research on different gradient patterns, and ended up finding some things that looked really nice. And then I started to play around with what I had and was able to actually develop a really nice gradient that I think is going to work going forward. I can't put that in there, can I? So that's what we are going to start working on today. I'm going to go gather some starter materials for this project, and then we will take a look at this gradient that I have put together. Alright, brace yourself, everyone. Here comes the gradient attack. By the way, if you understand that reference, drop a number, a very specific number, down in the comments. Alright, so here is what we are working with that I have come up with. So we are starting with purple wool. We are going a purple concrete powder, block of amethyst, diorite, calcite, snow, packed ice, concrete powder, light blue concrete powder, light blue wool, cyan concrete powder, stripped warp stem, prismarine, cobblestone, andesite, diamond ore, hold on, don't make any comments just yet, deep slate diamond ore, cobbled deep slate, rounded bath salts, smooth basalt, gray concrete powder, cyan terracotta, and purple glazed terracotta. Now, hold on. Wait, I forgot a thing. I forgot a very important resource in all of this. And, of course, I don't know which box it's in. There it is. Glow lichen. So what we are going to do is we are going to use a little bit of glow lichen to soften these transitions. So we're going to go there. We're going to go there. We are going to go there, this one, and then down here. And the purple glazed terracotta is only ever going to be covered by the glow lichen. But when we back out here, so we have a gradient that goes from purple to white to light blue, cyan, and into a gray, a darker gray, and then back around to the purple. And I'm really happy with how this has turned out. I like how it looks. I've done a little bit of playing around with it in creative just to kind of get an idea for what this looks like when you scale it up. And I think it's going to look good. Now, having never done anything of this sort, I'm getting into new territory. So, I'm going to work out a little of this as proof of concept, and then we'll see how it looks once it's actually on a full-size scale. But yeah, so my original idea, I wanted purple, I wanted light blue, cyan, and I wanted some kind of like silvery in between, and I was really having trouble coming up with the gradients for, particularly for the purple. Blue is all right. There's usually decent ways to transition in and out of blue, but the purple was giving me a lot of fits. So, yeah, I'm glad I found some good inspiration online and was able to come up with something that looks good. Now, what I want to do, and let's go ahead and put my inventory back together. That's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I missed. That's all right. So let's pop down here, and I want to figure out a little bit of a. I want to figure out what the angle that I want is. So let's go. Tell you what. Let's actually go off the road. So let's put that there. This is going to be... Is this my starting height? Yes. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You know what? 20 is a good number because we can break that down several different ways. So let's see what an angle of, let's do 4. So let's go, and I'm actually going to do this outside of our circle here. So let's go, hi cow, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's our top. I will do some sort of edging to the top of that. We'll deal with that later. All right, so let's do that, and then let's fly over here and let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's take a look at those. I think this one is the better line. This just looks a little too sharp, especially because this isn't that high. So I think we're going to go with this. So we'll go 4 blocks up, and then, yeah, we'll just kind of angle over like that. All right, so the next thing that concerns me is, obviously this is going to be a considerably bigger gradient as far as the colors go. Like, I'm not going to make this transition this fast. But I'm not sure exactly how far I want it to go. I was not paying attention. So how many different blocks do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay. I have absolutely no idea how to count this. Yeah, but I think, let's see. All right, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So this middle section, if we pop into free cam, would cover the gradient. Obviously, we need to go a lot farther than that as we do that. There's also going to be windows to this and probably other detailing. But yeah, this just gives me a place to start. Oh, I have no idea. I think this is something that I need to just try it out and see how it goes, and then adjust from there. So let me get a little sample of this mock-up done, and I'll bring you back when we have something to look at. Alright, so I have a preliminary stripe drawn out. I said, when I was going through, I said, just hang on, hold your comments on the diamond ore. So, intending to use it very sparingly, and basically going to do just one stripe that kind of falls in the center here. And newer players might be freaking out at the use of all of this normal diamond ore, not the deep slate variety. This world, a lot of this world was generated back in 2019, 2020, long before the update that sent diamond ore farther into the deep slate levels, before deep slate levels even existed. So, as long as I'm mining this area, I have easy access to a lot of diamond ore. I spent about 20 minutes yesterday and had a stack in just that short period of time. So, all right. So what I've done is I have gone through, and this will be easier if we go and fly and see. So we've got our transition from the dark gray to the purple to the white to the blue to cyan, and then to our light gray. Couple of things that I am seeing is I don't have nearly enough block variation in the light gray. I have andesite and cobblestone. So I think that's going to be a little bit rough. One of the things I'm noticing here, as I pull farther back from this, you can't see the glow lichen, which I don't know if that's going to be a good or a bad thing. In my test world, I'm not working with the day-night cycle, so it's always day. So we might have to play around with that. I feel like, the other thing I feel like is the white section is a little too big, and purple is not quite big enough. So I think I'm going to do just a little bit of fine-tuning on this. But I feel like the rest of this is decent. In terms of the amount of gradient. I could probably move the light blue over a little bit as well. So yeah, so let's maybe extend the purple. Tell you what, let's do this together. Let's go over here. And I'll just mark things out, and then I will go fix it. All right, so let's maybe bring our purple to about here. Bring that in, and then let's go on the other side of this. And let's bring our ice maybe to let's go to here. And then yeah, and then I think let's maybe adjust the rest of this a little bit. So we'll bring that to there. We'll bring this to maybe right there. And then I honestly think we could do a little bit more prismarine now that I'm looking at this. So let's maybe bring prismarine out to, let's maybe go to like there. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to make those adjustments, and then I'm going to build up one layer of this, one of our angle that we have, and we'll see what this looks like when we actually put it to scale. So what do we think from here? I think there's a tree in the way. That's part of the problem. I think it looks okay. I want to get a view where we can see all of this. Part of the issue I'm having right now is we only have one layer of this, and so we don't have any of the diagonal slant to it. So I feel like we're kind of getting blocks of color that don't necessarily transition from one to another. So it is my hope that as I go up layers, that will get better. The other thing that I'm going to do, and this is going to be a second pass, is going through and kind of blurring these lines a little bit. So like right here, bring some ice into the lower layers, bring some snow, and just kind of blur those lines. And I think that will help with the overall gradient. But I will say, for one layer down, I'm keeping my hopes up that this will look good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish up the next finish up the next 3 layers of this, and then see what things look like when we actually have it on a diagonal. So at some point I need to get the flashback mod. I'm too lazy to do that right now, so we're just gonna skip to when this side's done. All right, so 1/4 of the city finished, and good news is I don't hate it. So let's go through kind of some of the thoughts that I'm having. So the first thing that jumps out at me, this portal is driving me crazy, but it's nice to be able to see here. The first thing that jumps out at me is the glow lichen on a large scale, and from a distance is a lot more noticeable than I thought it would be. So we'll probably go through and cut some of that out. Like I'm thinking this area here along the white, probably don't need that at all. I think that's the transition between the, let's fly over a little bit closer. Yeah, I think that's the transition between the calcite and the snow. Yeah. So I don't feel like this transition is needed, and I don't feel like this transition is needed. Yeah. The other thing I'm thinking is probably take some of that out. So, like, I have this big swatch here going from the gray to the purple. Now, that's covering the glazed terracotta. So I might want to make that a little bit narrower. Make that transition a little bit shorter. Yeah, and I'm not sure. I don't know if there's anything else that I can do in those transitions. But yeah, so that's the first thought that I'm having. The second thought, the more unfortunate thought, is I do kind of feel like the angle should probably be a little bit steeper. I like the thickness of the colors. I think that's okay. But when you're looking at these bigger chunks, I think I want it to be a little bit sharper of an angle, which, of course, means I'm going to have to tear the whole thing down. I went into this project thinking that there was a good chance that I would have to tear this down. The good news is this actually built up really fast. I was surprised. I was expecting this to be a much longer project. And it really didn't take that long at all. The good news was I can actually hold all the blocks in my inventory, do a row, go back and refill, do another row. And I just filled my inventory in such a way that all I had to do was just kind of click and drag to refill my inventory. So that was a fairly easy process. Yeah, so sharper angle. And then the other thing that I'm thinking about, and actually, since my initial look, because I stood up there and looked at this for a good 5 minutes before I started recording, I was originally concerned, I wasn't sure about the transition from purple to white to blue, and I was contemplating going purple, blue, cyan, prismarine, white, light gray, and dark gray. And that is something that I may play around with in creative before I rebuild this, just to see if I have a preference. Yeah, I might also save a backup and play around a little bit with world edit here. Not in the in this. Actually, I don't. Do I have? I'm not sure when my latest backup was. But yeah, might play around with some things in creative just to see what I like. Yeah, but overall, I like this. Now, what I'm not getting out of it yet is office building vibes. I'll put a picture on screen from the actual model that I'm working from. And you can see it's really kind of, its own building, structural building and windows and all of that. And so obviously we need to put windows in there. And I would probably go through and do a little bit more texturing with this, probably some more block variation in there. Yeah. But yeah, for a first pass, standing from a distance, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. And if we fly to let's maybe fly over to this vantage point. Yeah, I think this is a nice gradient. I think it's a good blend. I think it needs work for sure. But I think we have a good start, and I think that I have something that I can work from here to go forward. So I think that's where we're gonna finish it for right now. Yeah, I like I think it's a good start, but I want to hear your thoughts on this. Because like I said, I've never done anything remotely like this before as far as gradients go. And I'm sure you guys probably have a lot of good ideas on how I can improve this, get it to look good, and all of that. So I think between episodes, hoping to stream this week, but not making any promises. But so I think between episodes, I'm gonna tear this down. Play around with it, and then I'm also going to work on... I haven't decided if I want to completely flatten the terrain on this. So, like, if we go over to this side here, obviously we have all these trees here, and I do need to clear some of this out. But trying to decide, like, if I want to work with the terrain or if I want to level it all out. But I can't really do any of that until I have a cleared out space to work from, so I will be doing some of that in between episodes. Guys, that is where we are going to end it for today, so welcome back to OrgelCraft. Thank you all so much for watching. See ya real soon.